Alright, what's up, Dragon Brew? Today I realized I hadn't played much humans, or particularly Selesnya Humans, this season. And I think there's a version we can build that's one, going to be very good for the metagame, and two, probably even faster than a lot of other aggro decks you're playing. So let's go put something together and see what we can do. Now, I expect today's deck to be a fun one, and some of you are going to want to build this deck in paper. If so, hit up our friends over at CoolStuffInc.com. Don't forget that you can use my code DRAGON and save 5% at checkout. You'll be supporting the channel and saving yourself some money. And remember, Cool Stuff Inc. always has cool stuff in stock. Now, we're going to go over all of the humans in this list because it's practically just an all-creature deck. So let's go ahead and run down and go Hopeful Initiate to start with because this makes a lot of sense. It gets bigger. Also, lets us remove artifacts and enchantments because we're not going to have a ton of ways to do that. We are going to play Lunarch Veteran because gaining life in all those mono-red matchups is probably going to be important. Also, you can block and have this come over the top at the end, which is also kind of nice. Then we have Recruitment Officer to help us find more stuff because we don't have a ton of card drawing in this deck. Then we have Coppercoat Vanguard. This card's really good in general, just pumping the rest of your team and making it hard to kill your key creatures. We're also going to play Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, because, well, first strike and making your non-creature spells, which you don't have very many, cost more, is great. Catilda gives us a chance to pump our team, but also makes it easier for us to cast all of our cards. Anointed Peacekeeper. We're going to play a couple of these because it slows down problematic cards from the opponent and gives us a big body. 3/3 is actually something when it has Vigilance. We're also going to roll with Brutal Cathar to remove things out of the way. And this is actually pretty good even if you want to play strategically to turn into a 3/3 with first strike, because a lot of times we can make it to where it has a 4 or a 5 power. Augur of Autumn. It's going to be pseudo card draw for us. Lets us play extra lands off the top, and then in the right situations, we can play multiple creatures off the top and try to go wide. Speaking of going wide, we're going to play a couple of Taurens as well. This can help us out quite a bit to hit that mark, and even makes it easier for us to use Knight Errant of Eos. So we can use all those little 1/1s to help us find other things while we're still attacking with our bigger creatures. But if nothing else, this card's a big 4/4 body, and again, gets bonuses, so a lot of times it's going to be 5 or a 6 power. The only non-creature spell we're going to be playing today is going to be Invasion of Gobakhan. Mostly so we can slow down those sweepers, planeswalkers, just problematic cards we don't like, and also giving us a way to protect our creatures by getting the backside of this into play. But that's it. As always, if you want the deck list, it'll be at the end of the video, and we'll talk about what we learned from playing our games. And if you just want to download it, we have a link that takes you to Moxfield where we have it posted, and you can see all the other lists that we have from this season. But for now, y'all go enjoy those games, and I'll catch up with you on the back end of the video, because this should be a lot of fun. Okay. I guess we're going to keep this one. It's completely functional, so we'll roll with that. Let's just put that on human. And I'm going to go with this first. Just so we can start the life gain in case it's mono red or something. Oh, could be. There's a lot of mono red at the lower ranks, so I don't think it's unreal to make an assumption that it could be mono red. But what I like about that is we can do this. Then we can tap and play this. And then even if they do the thing that like deals 1 to all of our creatures, we still get to keep the Hopeful Initiate. Then we could play either of these behind it. I think that's fine. But let's see what they want to do. Okay, Phoenix Chick is a 2/2. Gonna blast us for some damage. And we lose Catilda probably, if I were guessing. No, they're targeting... Oh, I was gonna say, Catilda's probably the one you want. If you're going to shoot something. But maybe they just want the one that's bigger toughness. I don't know. I would rather them not kill Catilda, obviously. But I think they're going to. No, they're more afraid of the Initiate. Wow. Or even Veteran, because we're gaining life against the red deck, right? Either of these, I think, would have been better choices. Interesting. One of the things I often say is if your opponent makes plays that don't make sense, you kind of start asking why. But for now, we're just going to take our 2 life gained and be happy about it. Coppercoat Vanguard's nice too, because now we can block and we know they can't like just shoot our Augur of Autumn. That being said, we kind of also want to keep the Augur of Autumn because we don't like what's on top of our library. And our hand's kind of empty, so we would like to get a chance at playing more cards off the top. That being said, we also got to get another power. Oh, no. Yeah, we only have 2 different powers in play, so we can only play lands for the moment. All right, that's cool. So we only take 2, so we go to 19, which feels pretty good being on going into turn 4. That doesn't help. Okay. So now there's decisions to be made. We go ahead and play this. Let's see what kind of shenanigans they're up to. Ooh, Mechanized Warfare. Lightning Strike. Okay, I guess we just get Mechanized Warfare. And then we can attack and put the opponent in an interesting position. Because I kind of really want this, to be honest. And if they block to stop us from getting it, what's the most that happens? Like, they shoot this, or this if they get a land. So, let's say they would kill that. This goes to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'd still be at 12. With 1 creature coming into play. You know what? Let's just do it. We give them great blocks here if they want them. They didn't block any of them. That's the best case scenario. All right. Now everything gets even bigger, so they're all harder to kill. Love it. So now they need an extra land, so they could even try to kill our Coppercoat Vanguard. I mean, they might just shoot us here and just say, you know what, we take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we go to 8. Nope, they're going to come at us with the Phoenix Chick. And I guess they're going to all-out attack here. I mean, we do have 13 on board ourselves, so it's not like we've got nothing. Yeah, I think the opponent's going to leave some back to block. That's not an awful decision on their part, honestly. Okay, we still only have 2 different powers in play. So let's go ahead and play this. And then now we could, because we have a 2, a 3, and a 4, could play other things off the top of our library. But for now, we're going to attack with... 1, 2, 3, 4. I can only really attack with 1 thing if I want to use the Catilda ability here. So I'll probably just attack with this. And then if the opponent double blocks, great. If they don't, great. I mean, I could have attacked with more than 1, but the reality here is... I mean, I guess I could because I have the Light Shield Array. I probably should have just attacked with everything. I mean, yeah. Yeah, even if I lose 1, I should have just attacked with all of it here. But, alright. Is what it is. Because that would have been 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They'd have been at 1 if they don't block, and they would have had to find 17 damage here. Which I guess if they'd have found another Lightning Strike, they could have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And they'd have been close. They'd have been close. They're obviously not going to get there now, because we're able to even pump our team and everything else, so we're pretty good here. Sure. So you don't even get to kill that. And now blocks do nothing. Yeah, you can't target anything that's not the Coppercoat Vanguard, and 2 is not going to kill it before the Light Shield Away resolves. So unless they just want to pump their prowess creatures, they're better off just holding it. Yeah, that doesn't do what you want it to do, opponent. Yeah. I don't think they realize that. Yep, we take 3. Sounds good. And then we're going to go ahead and activate this. And, oh, there we go. What do I even... Like, now we just all out attack and don't care, right? I'm trying to think what's the worst that happens here, but the answer is probably nothing. So, sure. I mean, I'm just going to play this straight up off the top. I'm not even going to use the Convoke. Alright, opponent's not even blocking here. They just given up the Ghost. Alright, we'll take it. Yes, please. We will definitely keep this. This feels great. Go ahead and play that. Put it on humans. And we'll play this duder. And the reason I'm playing that instead of the recruitment officer is that at some point I'm going to have Thalia here. And I would like to be able to pump the initiate. So it's a 2-3 if I do end up attacking with both of these. As opposed to if I just have a 1 toughness, they can just block with some 1-1 or 2-2. And that's not nearly cool for us. You know what? I think I'm just going to do this and go find 2 creatures. I think is the better plan here. And then we can just start attacking aggressively after this. Hopefully with some creatures in backup just in case. Oh, that sucks. Only got 1. Wow. That did not work the way we wanted to. They didn't flash in anything there, so that was good. Now let's see what they're actually going to play. Because if they don't have anything on turn 3, I'm going to be really stunned. Oh, that's the type of deck we're playing against. Well, that's good to know. Huh. Alright, well, I guess we're attacking. I mean, you can trade with Ali, I suppose. And they're the type of deck that's probably trying to cast spells. So they probably really want to do that. Non-creature spells. I'm just going to gamble here because I don't know what we're up against. If they sweep the board, I'm just willing to eat it. But they don't seem like the board sweeping type. I don't know, I say that. Their hand was pretty slow, so maybe they are. Maybe they do have sweepers. We'll find out. I'm going overboard here. But the good news is, even if they do just have a depopulate, we at least get the 2 veterans, which isn't much, but we can turn them into 1-1 flyers. Well, they won't do it with the tap land, so we get 1 more turn. Hopefully it's not Sunfall. Well, didn't have to find out. Guess they didn't have it. Okay, we're going to keep this. I'm beginning to wonder how often I guess in this matchup, since I played a blue-white lane, I was just about to say, like, how often I would actually play a recruitment officer over a hopeful initiate. And I think this is one of those times. Because they're playing a blue-white, like, control type deck. Well, now it's Esper. Like, being able to attack for 2 a turn is still pretty good, right? Versus 1. But you can also add to the fact that if they were playing, like, blue-white soldiers based on that, I'd probably rather have a 2-power creature to fight with. Yeah, we're going to attack, see if they spend any mana to do something this first. And then maybe try to fire off the invasion of Gobakhan. I think. Probably likely to get countered here. So maybe I should have waited on it. Try to toss them something like a Catilda, but nope. They're just going to use a cut down there. Save themselves some damage. Alright. Ooh, just a bunch of lands and a Siphon Insight. Sure, that seems fine. Though a lot of the stuff is cheap, so Siphon Insight's going to get to do some real work, sadly. They'll probably find something they can cast. Alright, let's try this out. Don't know if they found any more removal or not, but we'll see. Here comes the Siphon Insight. No, they did find other removal. That sucks. It's okay, we're still going to play it anyway, because the other cards are 2 mana or whatever, and allows us to play multiple things. That's okay. I don't think it really does much for us, unfortunately. So, I think we go with this. Then we'll go ahead and go with this. And then we'll just see what we can do. Alright. Probably going to find one of our creatures they can play. Fortunately, we do have a Brutal Cathar. And the fun part about it, if they play one of your things and you put it under Brutal Cathar, it comes back into play under its owner's control, I believe is how this is worded. So, yep. So we would actually get it back. Speaking of which, gladly going to remove that. Going to be awesome. So we will get rid of that. because we don't want that in the way. And then we're going to take this time to get rid of that, which will also grow our creatures. Put this in tapped. And I'm willing to go for it here. Just say if they got something, they got something. Let's see it. And if they do, we at least have a 4/4. Not the best thing, but hey, is what it is. Alright, so I have an insight. They're going to go digging, try to find another one of our cards to use. Copper Code Scout, or Vanguard, seems good. Ooh, this is actually pretty nice too. A little bit unfortunate, because I was thinking just attacking with a couple things and then trying to use Catilda, which isn't terrible. But this also slows down that next turn, which is kind of nice, so let's just go ahead and get in with this and this, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, sure. Let's just go ahead and hit that damage up. Actually, if we don't, and then we play Catilda, or I mean, Thalia, we do slow down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? Let's let it just be that. Because we do actually slow down both the Wandering Emperor and possibly a Farewell here. And I don't mind that, actually. Well, they found the land for it anyway, so it doesn't matter that much, but it could have. Alright, they're gonna siphon inside again. Good news is, even if they find a Brutal Cathar, like, the most they can do is take, like, a... I guess the Copper Cove Vanguard. So, like, that's fine. Because everything else they have to pay more mana for. Do we want to protect our creatures with that? I don't think so. You can have that. We don't care that much. We don't mind. That's cute, but we kind of know their hand at this point, so that doesn't really do anything for us. Alright, so we're just going to attack with this and this. I think. We attack with Brutal Cathar. That doesn't really do anything. Because it just becomes a 3/3, then we trade. Actually, if we trade, we get our creatures back. Maybe that's a good thing? I don't know. Let's just do this. Alright, let's go ahead and make it more damage. Whoop, not that one. Let's do this side. Alright. Then both Cathars will flip, because neither of us played anything. Opponents at 5. They can use a Wandering Emperor to get rid of something. They're just going to try to get another creature here. Seems fine. Alright, Augur. Now this is going to be fun because... Oh, they're just giving up. I guess it didn't matter anyway, because we would have been able to protect our stuff from their flip, and then we would have just taken their stuff. Alright, let's keep it. Okay, I guess we're just going to go... assuming this is mono blue, we're going to probably just go Officer, Officer, Initiate. Copper Coat is probably going to be our game plan. Don't know if that's totally the plan we're going to hold on to, but seems like the best course of action. So let's go with another Recruitment Officer. Probably could have went with Hopeful Initiate first, in case it gets countered. Yep, use them counters, friend. I say you got to do something with them. Alright. Ooh, that's not bad for later. I don't hate that. Especially if we make them use extra counters now. I don't know why I did that. I knew for sure I was going to play at least one Copper Coat, so that was stupid. Because if they didn't counter, I just missed out on 2 points. Nah, they had a counter anyway. My inner monologue said they had a counter, I guess. Alright, opponents at 14, and now we're going to be attacking for 6 out of chunks, so they're going to have to do something. Alright, we get to remove a Haughty Djinn. We love to see that. Especially against an opponent who's not likely to cast anything next turn. Alright. Got another one? Nope, just an Impulse here. Now, they can still find a Fading Hope. Would be legit here. To be able to get a Haughty Djinn to block with. So that's a real thing. Oh, nope, now they're just dead. Yep, we'll take it. Alright, let's keep it. And put that on humans, as we are wont to do. Alright. Skrelv. Well, I guess we're going to do the best we can to outrace some Skrelvs, huh? Bad part, don't know if it's poison or not yet. Could be. But if it was just life total, we can gain enough to not care here. We also do have Brutal Cathar to remove it. So it's not like we can't deal with it at all. But it does look like it's probably Selesnya Toxic. Yep. Sure. That's interesting. I guess I'm supposed to just double block here? Surprised they gave that to us, actually. I think my brain short-circuited for a second. Like, why is this happening kind of a thing? But, you know, I'll take it, if that's where we're at. I'm not sure if the opponent also just thought we wouldn't block. I mean, if I thought I had a way to put more counters on our dude, it probably would have been worth considering, because then I could remove stuff to just kill Skrelv, but... can we do this and then that? Yes, we can, actually. I would like to do that. Cool. And then do this. Taking that. And then attacking. Alright. Kill a Cathar? Nope. They're just going to get a Bloated Contaminator back. Ooh, this is cool. Let's pass. We're not going to do anything here. So now if they target our dudes, they take damage. And then we can also pump them up to 4/4 First Strikers. So they attack, we block. They save their creature, we take a couple of poison, and then we just attack with everything, I think is going to be our game plan here. Yeah, you got it. I mean, they're only at 9, so I'm just like, sure, we're just going to attack. I mean, that's our game plan. Sure? Block? No, not sure what their game plan was here. A little surprised. Alright, and that's ball game, right? Cool. Alright. Alright, gonna get our damage in. Gonna follow with a Thalia, and then hope to draw land and maybe just play this big Knight Errant. I think is gonna be our game plan here. Alright, they did not have a cut down, so that's good. Means our creatures are probably safe for a minimum of one more turn. However, we did not find a land, which is very disappointing, but we will get 6 damage in. I was really hoping to get this Knight Errant off. Maybe they won't kill anything here, and then we can do it next turn? That'd be slick. Blood Tithe Harvester, right? You will get to deal with something. Alright, and we did find a land, so that's good news. Called human. Let's go with... What do I want to give up here? I think what I'm going to do is do this. I'm going to tap 1, 2... Probably just attack with Thalia here. I think is going to be our plan. Well, we were only going to find one anyway, so that's okay, I guess. The way things worked out. Okay. So I'm assuming they're going to use Harvester to try to kill Thalia, then use some amount of mana to get rid of the Knight. And then we just try to go off with other things. That's the new plan. Don't know if it's any good, but we'll see. Alright, go for the throats. Sure. Got him. Harvester now can't kill anything, so that's good. Yeah, attacking is not the play. You need to at least be able to jump block something here. Alright, that does open up some options for us. Kind of comes down to what we think the opponent would have here. Dang. I kind of want to just play Catilda here, I think. And then save these in case there's some type of sweeper or something. If we're probably better off, I think. If I attack, they block here, they take 6. They block here, they take 5. Yeah, that's fine. Like, they have to block and trade one way or the other, so sure. I mean, do I think we could get away with... Ugh. Alright, I'm gonna do this. End the turn. Mostly because if they just have mana for, like, a Shieldred, then there's still at least 4 damage getting through. That was kind of my logic there. Don't know if it's good enough, but we'll see. Now they can still have a cut down for the Coppercoat Vanguard, and that sucks a little bit, but... if they got it, they got it. Well, they don't. We're still alive. So there you go. Yes. This is not the greatest hand, though. This hand really feels like it wanted a 1-mana creature. Because even here, I think we lead with Catilda, but just know that there's a good chance Catilda's not going to get to do anything. But we did find a 3rd land, so that's nice. And that opens up some options, at least. Because we can draw a 1-mana thing and cast one of these. We could cast 2 things. We could just Peacekeeper to slow down a problematic card. So, lots of things that can happen here. Though I'm not 100% sure what the opponent's up to with the Skrelv. Alright, let's get rid of Skrelv anyway, though. Yep, it's protected. Wasn't going to come after it anyway. They might just have another Skrelv, too, but it's whatever. Okay, now if we play a land, we'll be able to play any 2 of these, which is pretty good. Alright, we're going to play the Cathar Shell game. Fair enough. Sure. Didn't change too much for us there. We are going to play this untapped, because I think our plan here is to play this. So the opponent's got going on, probably just stop. Ooh, actually, Coppercoat Vanguards are actually kind of bad for us here. Adversaries are also equally bad. That's a tough one. I guess we stop an adversary. Alright. That's tough. But I think that's the play we're going to go with here. And then, hopefully, get to do stuff with our own Augur of Autumn. We'll see. I mean, we won't be able to block Thalia here still, unless we double block, which I guess could be worth it, but I don't know how much so. But I assume that's the play, right? Oh, they had their own Anointed Peacekeeper. Well, they can call Augur of Autumn, and unfortunately, that does slow us down a little bit, but we can still cast it. So it's not the end of the world. It's just going to eat up more mana. But, I mean, we kind of only have a Catilda that we can tap, and that's probably okay. Opponent wants to make it where we can't block a... Oh. Gonna attack with Brutal Cathar. Alright, I mean, that's a choice. Okay, so I attack, they block. That unlocks only another Augur for us, and really not much else, so probably don't want to do that. Alright, so double Coppercoat, so that's annoying. And now if we block with the Peacekeeper, we unlock that where they can pump everything one more time. Super sad. But we will, if they do that, we're just going to block with an Augur of Autumn, right? Okay, so they're calling green there, so we just trade our Peacekeepers? How do I feel about that? Like, is trading Peacekeeper good for us? Probably not. I'm going to take damage here. It's a little bit risky. Actually, a lot risky. But I have a land on top. Okay, that's not bad. Wow, what do we want to do now? We get rid of Skrelv with this. I guess is our step one. Then we go ahead and play this. Still call this, because it's still in their hand. It doesn't get exiled till now. So now it's just going to cost a lot to even play. So that's the good news. Because that should cost 6 now, right? Yeah, okay. 2, 2, and 2. No attacks, I don't think. I mean, it would have been nice to get rid of a Copper Coat Vanguard, but didn't have the luxury. Okay, so now we can have a Thalia. Alright, let's see what the other thing was. We'll call that, I guess. Play a land. Wow, more land. Not good. Okay, so what do we do now? On their turn, theirs is going to stack first, then ours is going to stack. So we could get rid of theirs, returning ours. Wow, this is going to get ugly. Alright. No attacks. In the turn. Alright, so they choose, then we choose. Alright, we're going to choose theirs. And we have to pay extra mana, which is silly, but is what it is. Auto pay. Auto pay. Alright, then we'll take... Don't take Thalia because they have a Thalia. We'll take one of their Copper Coats. Because that's kind of the problem here. Alright. So now we control all the Brutal Cathars. We are the captain now. Opponent says GG. I don't know if that's GG just yet. They are at 14. They're just coming with it. Okay, then. Then we'll just block here and trade. We will block here and block here. That seems like great blocks for us. Now we're winners. I think they could have bought another turn or two had they not attacked there. We're going to start loading the board. And go to attacks with this. This. Actually, not that. With this. Oh, if we attack with both of these, they block one. Can we just attack with everything? Hold on. They block here, they take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not quite. Real close, though. Alright. Those are the only thing I think we can attack with safely here. Mostly because I don't want to give up the Brutal Cathars and give them stuff back and have to worry about more stuff next turn. Alright. Now we're all good. We should have things all blocked up. Yep. That's not going to cut it. And now we can attack for plenty. That gives us extra bonuses. Attack with everybody. Minus this. And that should do it. Whew. Alright. Took a little creativity there, but we got there. Okay, ooh, wait a minute. Yeah, we're gonna do it anyway. Would have been nice if I had another untapped land in hand. Then we could have just curved out great, but situation is what it is. Oh, we drew it off the top. I hate when that happens, because we could have got away with it. We could have been greedy. We could have been greedy. Alright, so what we're going to do here is next turn we're just going to play Peacekeeper, try to slow down a card, get a 3/3 blocker, and then try to play 2 creatures the following turn, one of which gains us life. And that should do pretty well for us. And that's not a bad card to have either. But let's go ahead and get the Peacekeeper down, see if we can slow down something important. Squee qualifies as important. Alright. Let's slow that down. Also, no burn in their hands. So, other than Phoenix Chick getting through, we're going to have a couple of solid turns here, which is great. Assuming that's not a lightning strike they just drew. Okay, good news. Because that could have still been bad. Alright, here we go. Let's go ahead and play this guy. And play this guy. And, alright, an opponent scoops. Have to mulligan this. We can't play this with 3 Cotillas. Oh, alright. At least we have 2 1-mana things here. So we gotta look at the positives, right? Let's get rid of that. Ooh, Phenomon Mono Red. I would have rather had the 1/2 creature. Would have been nicer. But that's okay. That's okay. Let's lead with this. Mostly because if something gets removed, we'd rather it be that than the Lunarch Veteran, because it can get us some life. And maybe we'll find some other options. They have another Resolve and a Play with Fire. Okay. So I think we do this. And attack. They're going to use Play with Fire on the Copper Coat, but there's not a lot we're going to do about it. Yep. Tis what it is. They're probably just going to use that and get more cards. Which, on the one hand, if they do have some 4-mana things or whatever, is going to suck for us. But it's not terrible, all things considered. Call human. I'm going to go ahead and play this. Take a point. Attack. Alright, so we'll have a land next turn. We should be able to play 2 creatures. One that gets us more bodies, one that gains us a life. And I think we're mostly okay under those circumstances. I mean, not spectacular, but okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, just had to make sure our mana count was still correct. Please let us hit 2 things. Okay, those are good things. We will take the Lunarch Veteran. We will take the Copper Coat Vanguard. Those are excellent here. And we're still currently at 15. Though they're gonna... Oh, wow. Okay. So those are in their deck too. We have to be careful with those now. That's tough, because we're gonna go down to 5. Opponents playing antagonize, they're doing some things here, you know? I ain't mad at that. I mean, if we're gonna lose to some stuff, at least we're losing to some neat stuff. What this means now, though, is we kind of have to leave stuff behind because they might want to steal it and hit us with it. All right, we're attacking for 8. Put ourselves at 9. Let's see what happens here. I mean, with them having antagonizes, like anything could happen here with 3 cards left. Okay, they're going digging. Those are just lands. Not bad. They can play one of them. Still have 2 unknown cards here. I'm going to probably block with one of these. Oh, actually, if I do, it just doesn't even go to the graveyard. That's tough. I think I'm still going to block. In case, I don't know, they could have had like 2 lightning strikes or something here. And plus, this still leaves us way more than lethal. Alright, so +2. Okay, so we wouldn't have died, at least yet. I'm going to go ahead and activate this now to see what we find. Thalia works. Let's take Thalia. That's a fine card to have here. Ooh, so we could have died there. No, we would have been at 1. Alright, I guess we keep it. think we're still just opening with Thalia and seeing what happens. I don't think I really know, but like, this is what we're here for. And then if Thalia lives, we could still, if we get another 2-mana thing, we could play Catilda and something. Otherwise, we'll probably just play one of these Augur of Autumns. But the opponent played a tapped land, which does not make us sad, let me tell you. Alright. Playing that doesn't leave us enough mana for anything, so we're just going to do this. Roll in for 2. Have plenty of mana left over. Next turn. Just thinking about if we do this. I said that, I'm like, obviously I'm tapped out this turn. Alright, opponent's not doing a whole lot. This is obviously some type of domain deck, it looks like. This would come into play tapped. How do we feel about that? If we play this, that leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we're still going to want to play the knight here. So that land, unfortunately, just going to stay on top. And then if we play the knight, that's everything. Ooh, we get a chance at some really good stuff here. We already have a Thalia. Let's take a... Do we take a Copper Coat or a Brutal Cathar? Maybe a Brutal Cathar in case they get, like, I don't know, a Traxxas or something. Nice to have another one of those on top, though. Though realistically, I think we're just going to try to get through an anointed Peacekeeper if we can. But I assume there's probably some enchantments that are about to start exiling things. Yep, and there's one of them. Sounds like a plan. Let's go with this. Alright, so you've got invasions, Atraxas. We're not worried about that. We're not too worried about this, though that could kill possibly Thalia. Can't cast those yet unless you draw land. We can get rid of Elish Norn. So what's the most problematic card? Is it actually the Archangel of Wrath? I mean, Atali's kind of a pain, but yeah, let's go Archangel. Alright, I think that's what we're going to do. Not the card I thought I would have picked there, the way it started. So we attack for 4, 5, 6, 7. Opponent would go to 11, and then we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or we could save this and possibly do some other things. You know what? If we do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, still would not be lethal next turn. Just trying to think out through our options here right quick. I think I'm just going to Augur of Autumn here. Play the land. Play this. We're going to attack. And I think that gives us enough for lethal next turn. Yeah, because now we can just use Catilda with one of these. And that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. And we knew there was a land on top already, so that's fine. Yep, that'll do it. Okay, we're going to lock and load, I guess. See how this works out. Definitely need to draw some land. Preferably an untapped green one so we can get this Augur of Autumn up and running. But this is a good card to draw here. Don't hate that. Virtuoso. That sucks because that's a first striker. We don't, or double striker actually. We don't love that. I think we still, as much as I don't like it, I think we still attack and trade here because I don't think they're going to trade. Yeah. Now they put a bunch of cards on it, hit us for a bunch of damage, and then we just see what happens. We probably just die next turn, but we take the 2, and then we take 3, so we go to 15. Yep. And then we're going to take minimum of 4, 9 next turn. Oh, we needed a land to be able to Brutal Cathar that. They even have shields down right now. Ugh, that's the worst. Yeah, this doesn't help us because it doesn't get us any mana unless we take like a Catilda maybe. Yeah, these aren't going to cut it. I mean, I guess we'll take this and this, but yeah, we're going to lose this one by not drawing land. Super sad. Yeah, just load up, opponent. You got it. There's nothing we could do here. Yep. And obviously they're going to be able to defend their creatures, so... Alright. We can just move on. We're going to cross our fingers for a third land, but otherwise we're going to keep this. And we're going to hope it's good enough. Drawing another 3-mana thing without that third land, though, is not nice. It is another Cathar, though, which could be good. Alright, so this looks like it's Selesnya Enchantments. We really need that third land deck. Oh my gosh. What are we looking to do here? I kind of want to play this and slow down a problematic card from showing up, but I also oh my gosh, what are we doing? Alright, I think we have to. Just because our hand's so bad. With no lands. Oh, they have double Calyx. Ugh. Alright. We'll at least get rid of one for the moment. I'll go ahead and attack into here. I doubt they're going to block. I don't know, maybe. They're going to take their next turn to play the other Calyx, I assume. But this is where we have to draw an untapped third land. Everything's kind of riding on this. I mean, no surprise. We knew that was coming. Alright, deck. All of our lands are live here. And we failed. Alright, GG's. Let's keep it. Alright, we found some land. We're going to go with this for just more aggro damage. Boy, do you have choices. They might even just call our invasion. Honestly. That wouldn't be the weirdest thing here. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I seriously thought that was going to be the one. Because I was like, what else would you call there? Alright. It's kind of like the best we could do. Oh, I was not expecting to see that. That's a card. Yeah. And trade for one of the 2/1s. Sounds good. Now they probably just play like... Oh no, just a straight up angel deck. Okay. Steel Seraph. Intriguing. That is not bad to draw here. Downside is, though, now if they kill our Brutal Cathar, they actually get to have a full-size Steel Seraph, which sucks. But we're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't at this point. Yeah, it's kind of a can't win there. We could have played just Invasion. But then... Okay, they only had another Steel Seraph, so that's good, I guess. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. We'll take that for what it is at the moment. Now the next question is, can we get away with Coppercoat? Wow. Jeez. This is tough. Coppercoat attacking, play this. If they end up getting this, it's going to pump that. Ugh. This is a tough spot to be in. Yeah, I think we just do it. And just say, if you got it, you got it. I mean, if you don't trade, you take 6, go to 6. I mean, if they get a kill spell, they can still kill Brutal Cathar, get back a big 5/4. I don't know what they're in the market for. Alright. And sweepers are still good here. Sweepers are great for them, actually, right now. If they don't play anything, that's also spectacular. I would not be sad about that. They have another Steel Seraph. Depending on what's on top... Oh, was not it. So they can currently block 3 and go to 1, which unfortunately they would end up with a 5/4 lifelinker, so we can't give them that. That is very unfortunate. Is this where we just go with the invasion? Or do we just get this bad boy down? Alright. Regardless, I think we're only attacking with these. Because nothing else makes sense here. Sure. I mean, we just can't justify attacking with the Brutal Cathar there, unfortunately. And then we go ahead and play this. Tap these two dudes. Get Thalia and a veteran. Play the Thalia. So that keeps the Sunfall off our butt. And then it should be enough to get us across the finish line. Yeah, they could shoot something. But that should still be okay for us, I think. Oh no, because I'll get to gain 3 here, actually. Wait. Alright, y'all, I don't think I want to change much of anything. I feel like with this list, the games we lost were the ones where we just got stuck at 2 lands. So, if that's how we're losing, then fine. I will take the upside on this. This was really good. And we actually dealt with a few of the big decks, some weird side decks in the format. So, yeah, this was really solid. So we're going to keep 3 Hopeful Initiates, 4 Lunarch Veteran, 3 Recruitment Officer, 4 Coppercoat Vanguard, 2 Invasion of Gobakhan, 4 Thalia, 3 Catilda, 2 Anointed Peacekeeper, 4 Brutal Cathar, 3 Augur of Autumn, 2 Taurens, 4 Knight Errant of Eos. Then we have 1 Iganjo, 5 Plains, a Beseju, 4 each of Brushland, Overgrown Farmland, Riververge Thicket, and Secluded Courtyard. So yeah, I was really feeling this actually. If there was any major changes I would truly consider, it might be to just go ahead and go to 4 Hopeful Initiate and just 2 Recruiters instead of splitting them 3 and 3. Mostly because I think we only even activated the Recruiter once or twice, and maybe one other time where we could have, where I didn't. So we're not using it all that much considering the number of games that we played, but it is actually helpful, so I wouldn't want to cut it altogether. But I'll leave that to y'all. Depending on how many enchantments or artifact decks you're running into, the Initiate could be better. But yeah, this actually was good. I think having the combination of Thalia, Gobakhan, what's the other guy? The Anointed Peacekeeper, like those actually give you just enough time to do what you need to do, especially when you combine it with something like the Coppercoat Vanguard, because it just makes it hard for your opponents to remove your stuff while also playing the big problematic cards. So overall, I was pretty happy with this. The games were super fast like we expected, and yeah, if you got the cards, shuffle them up. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Sylvan Safekeeper. The cool thing about this card that people may not know is this was one of the first cards designed by a pro player, back when they used to have special tournaments and you win, you get to work with R&D to get a card design, which is pretty cool. But the funny thing is, it kind of peaked early on and then sort of bottomed out because not that many people were playing it outside of Legacy. But for some reason in recent memory, I guess maybe some people are playing it more in Commander, or maybe it's just more rare because it doesn't have that many printings. It has slowly started creeping its way back up to $20. You can probably still find them in the $14, $15 range in some places, but it's a really cool addition to a lot of decks, and it's a very simple way to give something protection, which is super nice. So yeah, if you hadn't seen the card, there you go. And if you have one, it's probably worth more than you thought. Now today's deck was a blast, and if you enjoyed it, that probably means you enjoy other creature themed decks. If so, you might want to check out this zombie list we had, because it played much better than I thought it was going to. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.